What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today I had to put out this video because I've been really trying to grind out the double XP in Modern Warfare 3. And as you guys know, I think it's pretty much done today as this video is going live. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more double XP going on. I have no clue. But it basically said one more day left, so I think it's pretty much done by now. But I've been trying to get through it, right? You know, I hopped into Season 4. I've been trying to dabble in the game. I've been trying to go ahead and get as many tiers as I possibly can. And it's very strange because this is hands down one of the best seasons I think I've ever seen in Call of Duty history when it comes to actual real updates. Now, I'll be real, you know, the content, I still think the Battle Pass is way better than Season 3. But Season 1 and Season 2, I don't know, something about those Battle Passes between the weapon skins, the operator skins, they were all like fire. I wanted everything in those passes. These have been a little bit, you know, some are crazy, some are rough, but it's better than Season 3. That's all I could ask for, you know what I'm saying? But what really matters is the update itself, what they did to the game. Again, reducing the footstep audio to actually make the boots useful. Do you know how long we've been waiting for something like this? This is absolutely huge. That is a core change that will literally change everything about Modern Warfare 3. Everybody runs covert sneakers. It's mandatory. Now, it's not. You can actually add a little bit of variety into the mix, which was so desperately needed. And then the streaks, another thing we have been complaining about since day one. They're too weak. You can sit up there and shoot down a VTOL in like 5 bullets by yourself, you know, and they basically completely revamped. They overdid everything and made the streaks useful. You know, they're actually fun. They actually destroy. They put in work. Exactly what we've been asking for, you know, even when it comes down to them shooting at you or locking on at you. If you're rocking an AC-130 and someone's locking onto you with a missile, they no longer have spawn protection. So people are getting demolished by streaks now. Whereas before, you know, you didn't really care too much about going, like, for example, in the chopper gunner. There was a long period of time where people would refuse to hop in the chopper gunner because of how garbage it is, because everybody has spawn protection and they can shoot it down in 2 seconds. But now with the extra health, and now, you know, with someone shooting at you, instantly removing the spawn protection, you can just go to town now. You can absolutely demolish lobbies. And like I literally just said, it's something we've been asking for a very long time. This is hands down one of the best updates I've seen in Modern Warfare 3. And I'm no hater of Modern Warfare 3. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while now, you know, out of the past 5 games, I think this is hands down the best. And the only thing holding it down, weighing it down, you know, making sure it doesn't succeed is the matchmaking. If the matchmaking wasn't so strict, this, I think personally, this will be looked at as one of the best CODs we've had in a hot minute. I really do believe that. With all the content, all the fixes to hyper-focus the community, so on and so forth. You know, it's been phenomenal, but obviously matchmaking is just disgusting in this game. It's horrible. It's not worth it. But like I said, forget about the matchmaking. I just wanted to point out the fact that I'm not a hater of Modern Warfare 3. Okay? I enjoy this game. I think it's fun. But it just does not hold anything against Xdefiant for me. It's wild. The best season we have seen in ages. The best fixes. I mean, Modern Warfare 3 really is starting to feel like an OG classic COD when it comes to the toxicity with the streaks and being able to mow down enemies and the variety between the actual perks and the counterplay of the perks. Like, it's actually building a really solid frickin' foundation. Something that we have been waiting for ages. And this update drops, which is cementing this new style of gameplay into Modern Warfare 3. You would think I would be, like I said, I've been playing all the other seasons. I enjoyed all the other seasons. I know I share different opinions. Probably a lot of you guys don't care at all about Modern Warfare 3. And that's completely fair, you know? If you don't enjoy it, you don't enjoy it. No problem there. But, you know, like I said, I enjoyed everything else, and you would think that I would really want to dive deep into this one because it's so freaking outstanding. But I just can't stay. Realistically, I could have probably finished over half the Battle Pass with this double XP weekend here. We had so many days. I mean, what? We had like 4 or 5 days of double XP? I mean, shoot, you can finish like 2 tiers in less than an hour like a half an hour basically at some times. And again, it doesn't go off of skill. It goes off of playtime, which is it's obnoxious. I don't like that. I wish it went off of skill. I think that's a better method, but it goes off of playtime. So it's not like, just because I'm stomping out or something like that, I'm getting more XP. No, it's literally equal for everybody across the board. If I can grind out that many tiers easily, I think a lot of other people can grind out that many tiers easily when it comes to double XP. I barely got anything done at this point, man. I couldn't pull myself to actually want to play it. I actually had one of my friends come over and play a little Call of Duty for me at that point. I watched him, play it out and, try it out on PC because he does play on console. So, he does enjoy testing out mouse and keyboard every so often. But, man, I was like, bro, go ahead. Grind it out, man. A lot of you guys probably saw me on my account. I don't know. Modern Warfare 3 on JbowenDaMan. And he was just he was trying to put in that work, man. But again, he mostly plays on controller. He doesn't touch mouse and keyboard at all. But I was like, bro, go ahead, man, and just put in as much work, grind out my tears. I'll just kick back and watch because realistically, I just can't get away from Xdefiant. Every single time I loaded up Modern Warfare 3 to grind, I always found myself thinking, man, this is just, it's not hitting the same anymore. And it really doesn't come down to, Sledgehammer. I gotta be honest, it really isn't Sledgehammer's fault. I just can't stand the matchmaking and what Call of Duty prioritizes. Xdefiant, like I said, it's not just Call of Duty. I know people like to say it's the Call of Duty clone, but it's more. It really is a different game that offers tremendously different vibes. It comes packaged with, the Call of Duty flow, the movement, the gunplay, the things that people really crave out of COD. But then it adds these hero shooter elements into the mix that just really add an addiction that, I've been craving. And the craziest part about it is that I'm not too really into hero shooters. I don't really play games like Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege. I fell off of that game a long time ago, but I wouldn't really consider Rainbow Six Siege too much of a hero shooter. But, having abilities like that and having to use those abilities as a team to push and, gain objectives or even use it to, as counterplay to the enemies and what they're using. Games like that, I tend to stick to my Battlefield and, Call of Duty and all my arcade style of games. This isn't really up my alley if you think about it. But like I said, they hide it. They hide it so well in this game. And it just, like I said, it brings that rush. Because in order to top leaderboards in this game, you have to know how to use everything. All the stuff in the game, your character, your abilities, how to rotate OBJs, and how to get kills as well. You see, in COD, people are hyper-focusing KD, and Xdefiant people are hyper-focusing skill rating because it's your overall skill and knowledge of the game. And that improvement is what makes this game, in my opinion, so addicting. Because when I hop back in COD, like I said, it's the same thing. It's not like I'm getting whooped or anything. I'm still holding my own, but every game, the top of the leaderboard are players who are not even close to the OBJ. They're not even playing around it. And I see a lot of people always saying, well, you have to touch OBJ in order to... No, not at all. You can be a good, defensive player as well, holding an AR and holding angles to keep people off of it, playing defense around B flag. What, you think people are just going to cap B flag and then push straight into the enemy spawn and try to cap that? No, what do you do at that point? You play defense, right? There's plenty of ways to play OBJ, but in COD, these players don't do that. They go to the outskirts of the map, they stay away from any bit of OBJ that is involved, and they bait out kills. They bait the players who want to play the game mode properly. That's all they do, and then they use those streaks to their advantage, and by the end of the game, they hop on the OBJ just a little bit to make it seem like they played OBJ, but the whole reasoning behind COD is to just go for streaks. And don't get me wrong, that's fun from time to time. It is. Don't get me wrong. But this new gameplay flow, this new, mindset in Xdefiant has, for me at least personally, become a bit more addicting. There's so many layers to this game that you have to understand and improve upon, or else you won't be able to compete and get better at the game, and you'll probably hate the overall experience. But that's the main drive. That is the bring back factor, the addiction, what's getting people into the cycle, knowing that you're not done just yet. It's like playing Elden Rings, for example. Extremely hard, The challenges don't stop. Any of the, all those type of games are extremely hard, not just Elden Ring, right? But that's the challenge of this. That's why they can make game after game after game like that. Obviously, they don't come out every single year like Call of Duty, but, they can keep making them. They're usually freaking fantastic. The Dark Souls game, all those things, man. Bloodborne, because of the challenge and knowing that there's so many layers for you to improve upon. And that's what this game presents right here. Yes, it has the classic Call of Duty flow, gameplay, mechanically, well, not mechanic, because obviously Call of Duty is a little bit, the engine, the smoothness, obviously it looks way better. But this is this is like classic gunplay movement style in Call of Duty with a bit more tweaking to make it fast-paced, And they give you that, but with like 5 more layers to improve upon. That's why I always tell people, when you go into your stats and you look at stuff at what you want to get better at, don't look at the KD. Hyper-focus your overall skill rating. That is your priority, because that rating is based off of what you do in the game for everything. How many kills you can average, how much OBJ you possibly play, how good you are with your, your abilities, if you can play good support, if you actually use it properly. All of these things combine into your overall skill rating. And like I said, for me personally, that right there is what is so fun about this title. And it's a breath of fresh air because people actually want to improve, and you see they want to improve. People don't just sit on the outskirts. Yes, they still do, but I guarantee stats-wise, not looking too solid. They might get some decent gameplay of them camping on the outskirts, but it's not going to be as crazy, A lot of the players nowadays that I verse are people who are hopping on OBJ, plus they're getting frags and they're playing their abilities. I see people who are good at the game, but they're good in the right way. Whereas a lot of the time in Call of Duty, when you're running into enemies who are really cracked out and dropping crazy streaks on you, you don't even see them over half the game. You want to know why? Because they're out baiting out your team. That's it. And then again, they hop on OBJ a little bit at the end to make it seem like they did something. But it's like, I guess I just need a break from that mentality. I guess that's it. And Xdefiant is that perfect break. And it's really sad, man. It's really sad how dirty Xdefiant did God. But it's like I said, it's the best season right here, man. The best season for Call of Duty. They did so much this time around in Season 4. And someone like me who actually enjoys the game, I can't dig my teeth back in, at least not right now. At least not right now. The Xdefiant is it's too much fun. Despite all the problems it has, all the balancing issues, the netcode and hit detection, whenever I hop on Call of Duty, I see myself wanting to come back right away. And it's hilarious, too, because in Call of Duty right now, I'm getting so much packet burst. A lot of the maps are busted right now, where it's like constantly delayed. I think one of the maps is Departured. If you hop on that map, the performance is horrible. And it's like that across the board. I think Terminal's like that. Certain maps have that horrifying performance. It's just as buggy. I'd prefer to go to the Xdefiant buggy side until they could polish that one off. I gotta be real. Again, no offense to Sledgehammer, guys. You really did a phenomenal job with that game. But I gotta be real. Xdefiant is putting in that frickin' work. If Black Ops 6 has no skill-based matchmaking, I think that would be huge. I truthfully think that would be phenomenal. Because even though there will still be players who play like that on the outskirts, you're not going to run into them all the time because it's purposely trying to give you variety. You see, the biggest issue with Call of Duty is that if you are a good player, it gives you false good players. Anybody who has padded stats from them camping all the time and baiting out players, they are considered fantastic players in the algorithm. It's different in Xdefiant. A fantastic player goes by skill rating, not a 6, 7, 8 KD. You're not going to see players like that all the time. You're going to see players, if, of course, you have a good skill rating, and that might be why people aren't running into, good fun lobbies with people playing like it's Call of Duty. Work on your skill rating, people. Please prioritize that. That is huge. Because again, like I said, the algorithm in Call of Duty hyper-focuses those padded stats. And if you're a good player, it's going to hyper-focus other quote-unquote good players when technically they're just people who are just, like I said, baiting for KD. And that's what you run into every single game. If they were to remove skill-based matchmaking, you wouldn't have to worry about them hyper-focusing trying to find people with those padded stats, and you would get more variety from match to match. Man, the things I would do for no skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty, man. But regardless, even if they did do that, that would be great. You see, on this channel, I want to support both games. It's not a problem. If Xdefiant removes, I'm not sitting here saying, oh my god, if they remove skill-based matchmaking, Xdefiant's dead. No, I like Xdefiant too. I want them to both live in harmony. But the problem here is that Call of Duty still isn't there yet, and I'm hoping Xdefiant can prove to them that these changes they made are positive for the players. I just hope they see that, and then they can fix their act, and then we can get 2 fantastic arcade games to bounce between. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, leave a like if you enjoyed today's video, leave a dislike if you hated it. Subscribe and hit that bell if you want to be notified for more content just like this. And if you guys want to catch any of my live streams, I'm going to be live today over on Twitch. Got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.